Right, this is the multiple choice part of the assessment, and it's designed to highlight common misconceptions, so things that you often, mistakes that people often make. And on this one, the most common mistake was to say 110% for this question, which is what percentage of the original is a 20% increase followed by a 10% decrease. So if you don't think about it carefully, you would think that going up from 100% to 120% and down on 10% will give you 110%. You need to think carefully. So that would be the common misconception. That's not right. So let's take £100. If £100 was increased by 20%, you would have £120. Now if you have £120 and then you decrease by 10%, well 10% of 120 is 12. So instead of having 110%, you have 108%. So 10% of £120 is £12. Therefore, 120 take away 12 is £108. I've used pounds to exemplify it, but it works the same with percent. So it's 108% is what a 20% increase followed by a 10% decrease is. Okay, if £400 is invested at a rate of 5% for 2 years, how much is there at the end of the 2 years? Once again, a common mistake would be to say, right, well 5% of £400 is £20, and that again would make 440. Most people actually did this well. So if you have £400, I'm going to use the multiplier now. So times by 1.05, which is a 5% increase multiplier, that gives me the £420. But then you do it again next year, so £420 times by 1.05 equals £441. So that is my answer. I could also write that as £400, obviously, times by my multiplier to the power of how many times that multiplier is repeated, which is twice, in this case for 2 years, and that gives us the 441. So a quality correction on your work will look like, full working out as I have done. So that's what a quality correction that I'm sort of looking for will look like. Right, just going to zoom in a little bit. The next question. Which multiplier represent a 4% compound interest over 5 years? So 4%, that one's the only one which is 4%, and it's for 5 years. So that's the one. That would be 5% for 4 years, right? My multiplier there is 5% increase for 4 years. So this one is a 4% for 5 years. You need to be careful, that's 40% here, isn't it? That was a 40% increase multiplier. Right. Which multiplier represents an 8% increase followed by an 8% decrease? So the 8% increase is 1.08, 8% decrease is 0.92. It's this one here. Most people got these two correct. So well done with those.